Hello, community. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, November 14th. I cannot believe how fast this year has gotten off to a start. So, just a little background on me. I am a native of the one and only Detroit, Michigan. Absolutely love my city. I left about 20 years ago because it was just too cold. Loved my city, hated the cold. And so I go home often, probably about 5, 6 times a year. Generally, there's an event or something that drives me back to Detroit. My dad, my sister, my grandmother, who just turned 98, by the way. Actually, that was the last time I was in Detroit, was the week of October 10th because we celebrated my grandmother's 98th birthday. So I was in Detroit. So I go home often. I am a member of the very first African American sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I absolutely love my sorority. Love the D9. Love the D9 community. I love all service organizations, but of course I'm going to always shout out the beautiful ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I am a mother of a 23-year-old beautiful college student. She is my pride, my joy, and you will hear me reference her as my butterfly, the kindest, sweetest spirit you'll ever want to meet. Just a kind person. You know, some people are just wired in a way that they're just kind, and she is just a kind-hearted person. Some of that is parenting, but some of that is just her natural state. She's just a beautiful person. Um, Another thing that's important to note about me is I love people. I work in a field that takes care of people. I work in HR. I've been in HR for over 25 years now. I absolutely love it. I love all things people. Y'all doing okay? I love all things people. So anything that centers around helping people, I'm down for. One thing that comes along with that is I have learned very early about the importance of being a friend. My mother, rest her soul, died 4 years ago, and I grew up with her and her friends. My mom and her best friend Evie had been friends since the second grade. Evie, Yvonne, then you had Deborah. So my mom had a core group of friends that she was very, very close with. And that was my foundation when it came to friendship. One thing the Bible teaches us, I'm a Christian as well. One thing that the Bible teaches us um, is that in order to be a friend, you have to know how to be a friend. In order to have friends, you need to know how to be a friend, which is very, very true. And my mother gave me that foundational belief in friendships, and I saw it in action. And so growing up, I've always had amazing friends. Of all of the friendships that I've had over the course of the years, my oldest friend is Shakina. Shakina and I have been friends since the 6th grade. Then I have Yolanda since the 9th grade. And then I have a set of girlfriends from when I worked at GM over 25 years ago. Then I have my Sans, some other girlfriends sprinkled in there. And one of the common things with me and my friends, hey Apollo, it's my baby. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all about my dog Apollo. Say hi, Apollo. You want to say hi? One of the things that is common for me when it comes to my friends is how much time I put into my friendships. I love my friends and my friends love me. And we show each other love through so many mechanisms. But I think the most important mechanism that we all use is communication, love, and affection. We all make sure that we check in with one another. You know, in the world of technology, it has just made it very easy to keep up with people. And so I have done a good job, and so have my friends, of ensuring that we stay connected to one another. We, if we're not texting, we're sending each other memes, or if somebody is going through something, we're rallying around that person and sending them flowers, or sending a food train if they're in the hospital. So we do a very good job at making sure that we love on each individual in the way that they need to be loved. And I think that is one of the differences. I think oftentimes people get caught up in the old saying, treat people. A girlfriend just reminded me of this today. She said, there is an old saying, and it's very true: you treat people the way you want to be treated. She doesn't agree with that, and neither do I. You treat people the way that they need to be treated, because everyone needs something very different. And so we want to love people where they are. And I think that that is critical and important when you're talking about friendships, because all of my girlfriends need something very different. Some of them are high touch, some of them are low touch, some of them need to be called or reached out to weekly. Some of them I can go 2 and 3 weeks or a month. But what is consistent is we each have learned how to love one another and how to tap in if we need to. And so what I am going to do, because I get this question quite often, what I am going to do is create a series on friendships. So many women, especially today with this younger generation, and I'm not sure the cause of this because I don't pretend to be a psychologist, but one of the things that I have noticed is that, wait a minute, you all, Apollo, I just walked him, so he needs a snack. And so I give him snacks after his walks. And so one of the things I get asked all the time is, LaShawn, you have so many amazing friends. How do you keep up with them? How do you develop relationships? How do you love on them? How do you all sit? Very good, baby. How do you all handle? How do you all handle conflict? So I get this question quite often. And so what I am going to do is I am creating a series on, and I'm being intentionally prayerful about it because I want to add value. There's so much content out there, and I'm always on TikTok. And one of the things I have not seen, it has not come across my timeline, maybe yours, but definitely not mine, is really talking about authentic girlfriend relationships. And so my desire is to kind of talk about the different relationship and friendships that I have. I am going to include some live streams in there where me and some of my girlfriends kind of get together and kind of talk about our friendships. Another thing that I'm definitely going to do is I am going to create a list of topics that I get often from people in my community just about friendships. And so that you would be surprised at the number of women. Now, I am 55 years old, and I get a ton of questions from women who are in my age group. He is so spoiled. I get him 2 different types of snacks. One of the things that I'm definitely going to make sure that I talk about, here you go, baby, is, no, I'm sorry. I don't got a hint of ADHD, adult ADHD. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a content list. But what I want you all to do is to tap in to tell me if there's something specific that you would like me to talk about when it comes to friendships. One of the things I'm going to say before I end this video is all of my friends have been my friends for years. I've only had one girlfriend that I have fallen out with over the years. And that was only because we both said, you know what, let's take a time out because we just weren't aligned in that season of our life. And then we came back together. So it's not like an event happened. And so we restarted that relationship and picked up where we left off, and we've both been healed and matured, and we're just fine. So even talking about and discussing that is going to be important because we need to know how to handle conflict within relationships and friendships. So those are some of the things that I'm going to be talking about and sharing with you from my perspective. So if you want to tap in and tell me what you would like to see, I would love to hear it. My first guest is actually going to be not only is Dara my line sister, which you'll hear me refer to the people who were on my line. For those of you who don't really understand the nuances of the D9 life, for us in the Midwest, because I was made at Eastern Michigan University, Xi 92, the people who were on your line with you, we call those our SANs. Everybody else is your soror. And if you hear me say AP, that means adopted personal. That is somebody, and they don't have to be in your respective sorority. They can be in a different fraternity or a different sorority, and you call them your adopted personal. That means there was something significant about that person that you thought enough to say, you know what, I want us to be even closer in terms of relationship than other people. So we call those our APs. So you'll hear me reference that sometime. So I'm going to bring and tag some people in that will help bring some color to our conversations around friendships. So I'm really looking forward to it. So again, if you have any ideas or suggestions, please tap in and let me know. Looking forward to chatting more. And if I don't see you all have an amazing weekend. Go Lions. That's another thing. My Detroit Lions, baby. The Detroit Lions is my team. I'm huge into sports, especially football. So the Detroit Lions is my team. You better know it, okay? So anyway, you all have a great rest of your day.